Oh, oh. Yeah, I'm already live. What the fuck? Seriously? Whoa, that's... Dude, they changed this. I don't really like that. This should let me go... This should let me choose to go live first. Now it's controlled by my actual stream thing, I guess? That's kind of weird. Alright, whatever. So I am live, right? This is odd. Okay. Whatever. I don't know why they make these weird updates without a good amount of, like, backlog information. Alrighty. Let's get to work on my game now. Alright, so these are the two things I'm going to work on quick. I'm going to make a switch over here to where I'm going to change the parent for my text thing, because right now I have it parented to the actual character creation menu, so I want to move it into my character controller and into the HUD. So let's get the HUD reference for the parent, which I think it's number 2, but we're just going to go ahead and give it its own thing. Here we go. Let's go to... Oh, I have it turned off. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to reference that. Okay. Actually, let's just reference this as a transform. Serialized field, because I don't need anything other than a transform. Serialized field, and this is a transform with a capital T but lowercase r. Transform. Let's call this HUD canvas trans. I guess I'm not very creative with names. Never have been. Oops. I don't want to be opening up my email, I guess. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. They definitely changed things. Actually, let me share this link. How do I do that? Yeah, I don't know how any of this works. This is so weird. I might have to go to YouTube on this other monitor because I don't want to accidentally open up anything weird. Alright, let's... How do I find my current... Oh, here we go. Okay, copy. So weird. Alright, we got that. Let's put the link up. Oh, here we go. Paste. Live. Alive. Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, this is an error. I tried to download an extension and totally messed everything up. All right, where is my transform? Oh, here we go. So HUD canvas transform. Now we're gonna set that as the parent. Okay. So when I... Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Do I need a reference for the... I think I do. I think I need a reference for the keyboard. Okay. Everything works. There's a name check. Okay. Where do I turn on my... Where's my int I for the... Oh, here we go. So I want to do this after. Okay. I want to do this after this has been validated. So let's say I'm going to make one more reference. And that's going to be for my virtual keyboard. I end up making so many references for this shit. Alright, you know, I'm just going to reference the game object itself because I'm lazy. I know there's better ways to do it, but I'm just going to do it the fastest way because that's just easy for me. game object, and this is going to be virtual keyboard ref kit. Because I want to be able to keep it popped up, but what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I forgot I got to do this, is I'm going to go into my HUD, okay, I'm going to activate it quick, go into scene, and then where's my talk button? Chat, okay, chat box. Okay, and then oh, okay. Okay, let's. There's my focus input. Okay. My input focus. And then I'm going to give it the same property, my keyboard manager, because this is just going to make it a lot easier. Alright. Copy. Paste. Because there's always going to be a reference to a keyboard that I need to put. And then we're just going to say my keyboard manager dot, what did I call it? My input focus. Name is, oh shit, I did not mean to copy, not cut. Alright, paste. We're gonna, it's called the input, my input property. Okay. Now, do I need to do one more? I think I need to, yeah, okay. Toggle back to panel. Okay. Copy. Okay, that should be everything I need to do. Okay, let's go into my identifier expected 4219. Oh shit. Now everything should work. Now, I'm going to get. Where is it? Okay, virtual keyboard. Boom. Now it's referenced, so as long as the whole object migrates over, I won't lose anything. All right, that's set. Okay, now I have to organize everything to migrate back to the player container after I leave this character creation scene. Let's see here. Virtual keyboard manager, add manager, me to upper. Gotta go into player creation. Okay. So now this is the part where I gotta, oh wait, what's the name? You know, I'm just gonna copy paste the name reference because I want to keep digging for it. Where the fuck did I put it? Here we go. Virtual keyboard ref. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna scale, so what I gotta do is I gotta scale this in, right? And then I gotta look at the way it's gonna look when I'm on the other scene, and then I have to copy and paste like the scales, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a custom function inside the actual like keyboard manager, and then that way what I can do is I can call it, and then I can change all the stats calling that function right before it migrates over, and then that way everything will be picture perfect like it's supposed to be. Alright, so we're gonna do paste dot transform dot parent equals I don't know the name of that transform I put either. Okay, where is it? HUD canvas trans. Copy. Paste. Okay. Now everything should be finey boo, I think. Okay. Alright, let's test it. Okay. Oh yeah, here, let me use my cool keyboard. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta add up all the Eh? Where'd it go? Oh, I had the HUD on. Shit. Gotta turn it off. Okay. Yeah, there's other buttons, and so if they're overlapping, they won't. Neither of them will work. All right. Start adventure. Okay. Oh, I didn't assign it. Oh, okay, shit. There you go. Virtual keyboard. Yeah, I just gotta turn off that HUD again. Okay, here. HUD turned off. Big booty bitches. Let's make it a little entertaining. Let's put a cool name in it. Alright. Start adventure with big booty bitches. Alright, big booty bitches, baby, and it worked. Level 0. Okay. So let's see if this is gonna work. Actually, let's see where this is first, though. Oh, it's way far down. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the game, and we're gonna... Okay, so it's popping up, but it's popping up to... But, good news is, it is popping up all the way on the bottom, which is what we want, and the reason is so when I go to scene, and I scale it down where I want to, right, as you can see, it overlaps everything else, which is what you want. Now, what I gotta do is, I think, well, you know, maybe it would be better if it is, like, right here. Where it's at, you know what, I don't know, because let's check here. Okay, so it works, as you can see. Types in everything it's supposed to. Right, and then enter. Oh, that doesn't work, though. It needs to close itself out. Where's the reference for enter? I think I should be in the keyboard manager. If I hit the enter button, keyboard button. Okay, if I hit enter, toggle panel active. So it is getting called. It's kind of weird that it's toggle panel active. Oh, because it's not, it's the same position. Okay, it's working correctly. I just messed up. The reason I set the local position, okay, is like, let's pretend you're playing the game, right? And you're in the middle of it having an animation, which I'm going to put later. I don't want you to be able to like glitch it out by like constantly spamming the two buttons. So I'm putting a limiter on it to where like you can't click it unless it's moved again, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna scale this up a little bit, and I think I am gonna block out some of the button stuff. So I have a choice to make, right? Do I want to hide some of the other components, right? So there's no overlap on the key presses, or do I just want to keep this really centered? And I think I kind of just want to hide the other stuff and keep it centered. So we'll do like a little animation where they'll all move away and then move back, I guess. I don't know. But let's try scaling this up a little bit, okay, and seeing how this works. Okay. It's not really working. I'm gonna do the panel, I guess. No, because they're all images. I did this to like make. Oh, here. What am I doing? Duh. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't save, but I gotta do by the scale. 1.2. 1.2. And then move it down. Okay. I think that's a good size, I'm guessing. So let me change the scale back to 1.2. And then let's, I don't know. Oh, and see, actually there's no overlay anywhere. Actually, strangely enough, there's no overlay. So I don't know. But I gotta get rid of that check. Okay, so where's the position? The new position is 50 negative 28. Okay, so let's code this in while I have this up. Okay, so we're gonna go to Virtual Keyboard Manager. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add one more public variable. But the reason I do these public variables, okay, instead of just making the functions public, is there's things like JSON and like other file altering programs where basically it's really easy to change values, but it's not so easy to change protected and hidden values. And so what happens is all these things get hidden, but the only thing they can do is just do the public void. And I mean, the best thing they could do is change out the string value, let's pretend, but it's a lot more painstaking to try to hack that way. So that's why I just do everything in encapsulation. Okay, public void. And then let's say this is called set new set new scale and anchors. I don't know. Set new scale and anchors. Fuck. Okay, so this is going to take in a vector 3. And I'm going to call this start nest. Okay. Vector 3. New. Okay. Active. Wait, at lowercase, like active nest. And then we're gonna make one more, and that's gonna be the scale. So what we could do is we could just do 2 floats. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a double float. So I'm gonna do, instead of doing a vector 2, I just think that's stupid. Okay, so we're gonna do float, and then this float's gonna be called x scale, and then float, which is gonna be y scale. Okay, and then all this is gonna do is this is going to say that active disabled nest location, copy, paste, is going to be equal to start nest. Okay, and then active nest location is going to be equal to active nest, and then okay, this dot game object dot transform dot local scale, I believe it is, equal to new vector 2, and this is going to be x scale and y scale. Okay. And then I put his, not this shit. Okay, this. Okay. I think that should work. Even if it doesn't work, it's okay. Yeah, it works. I knew it. Okay. So we want to set this to -20, 50. You know, let's just make it a serializable thing, so this way I don't have to fuck with it too much. Where's my Perfect Creation Manager? Okay. So we're gonna make a reference to the virtual keyboard in code. It's gonna instantiate it when I'm switching the scenes. It's gonna slow down the scene change a little bit, but not very much. It's just a simple. What's up, man? Oh, you just missed me, like, just doing some basic programming stuff. I'm just setting up some game logic right now. Okay, so let's go into Creation Manager. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say my temp keyboard ref, I don't know, man. Okay, is going to be equal to copy paste dot get component virtual keyboard manager. Okay, and then we're gonna do my temp board ref dot virtual keyboard manager, and then set new scale anchors, I guess. Copy. And then let's see. I want to set. You know, I'm gonna make these custom. I seriously, I'm just gonna make these custom. Okay, so let's Okay, so I'm gonna make another subcategory, another header. Okay. And we're gonna make a new header, and this is all just gonna be for the keyboard because I just want to keep everything nice and organized. Okay, so actually this is technically part of the keyboard, I guess. Okay, so let's go back. Let's make this header, and then this header is gonna be virtual keyboard components and change mechanics, I guess. I just like to be fancy and add a little. You know what? Let me put a space there. Okay. Now what we gotta do is I'm gonna serialize this because I love to serialize because it just lets me be lazy and change things later without making them into public, so it can't be like edited later by someone else. Okay, we're gonna make this vector 3. This is gonna be new keyboard disabled nest. Okay, nest, not next, nest. And then we're gonna make one more serialized field, and this is gonna be called and this will be vector 3, and this is gonna be new keyboard active nest. And then we're gonna do one more, and then let's make this I'm just gonna list the floats. So we're gonna do serialized field, okay, and we're gonna do float, and this is gonna be called VKB virtual keyboard X scale, and then VKB Y scale, and then save it, and then that should work. Now, the reason I'm doing this is just because I want to make sure that, okay, so now we're going to say new keyboard disabled keyboard active, and then virtual KB X scale, and oops, VKB Y scale, and there we go. Now everything should be fine. And then what'll happen is, yeah, when everything transitions over, it should be the correct dimensions. Now we're gonna have one problem. I gotta have to try to memorize this shit because it doesn't. Once I'm out of play mode, it's not gonna transition very well. Okay, so we're at 50 and negative 28, and then let's come up with where we want the disabled one to go. We want it here. So 50. So it's both gonna be 50. Negative 28 and negative 323. So negative 28 and negative 323, and then I put the scale at 1.2. Okay. Disable. Now we're going to go to my character creation manager, and where's my new header? Okay, so the new is going to be 50x, and it's negative 323, and the scale is just going to be 1 for x. It's going to be 50, and then negative 28, and then the new scale is going to be 1.2. 1.2. Alright, now I gotta make sure I got the Z to be 1, or it's gonna look all weird. Okay. This should be fine. Let's make sure I put everything at local scale, though. I probably messed that up, because it's... oh, no, it's fine, because everything's gonna be automatically set. Okay, okay, I think everything's fine. Okay, let's start this shit. Should be fine, should be fine. Focus. Kaola is best. Okay. Let's make sure this works. No, it looks all weird. Where the fuck did this go? So, maybe I need to have a token that'll set it off, because that is definitely not where I told it to go. Well, let's enable it and then just see where it goes. Okay, so let's hit the... nope. Okay. Oh, well, it pops correctly there. Oh, so I just need to, like... I don't know, I just need to put it weird. Okay, so, and then... enter. Huh. That's weird. That's weird. So it does work once it's and then what I gotta do is all of this will be invisible once I add an override function to the player container. I gotta make like a render override, and basically what happens is at the very start I change a tag, which will be an empty object that'll be put in the hierarchy above all this, and then what this tag will be is this tag will be an ignored function for the cameras, okay? So your player camera will ignore anything under that tag's hierarchy. And then what happens is when you awake the function for your player, you have an override that basically says, I'm overriding this tag and changing it to a different tag. And then that way, all of this can be here, right? And nobody can see it except you. And it's very useful for saving CPU on an MMO, and it's very useful for kind of just putting things wherever you want in order to make things a little bit more efficient. So what I got to do here is I got to figure out how I can hide the keyboard in the very beginning. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to make an exception here, okay? So basically, I'm going to turn off the game object component, okay, when it comes to the game manager to move itself, okay? And the reason I'm doing this is I just want to make it to where it's invisible, basically, and it's not rendering itself. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to... where is this? Virtual keyboard, okay? And I'm going to go to the panel. I'm going to disable it. I think that's going to be how I do this. So I'm going to go My Panel, right? And and then I'm going to have it hit on disable because it's already found all the components it needs, right? And it does have an image script. So I just can disable this and then enable it again. So I will probably, yeah, I'll just turn that into a function. So basically here I'm going to have one more public void, I guess. And then this one is going to be called public, and then void turn off panel. And then I'm just going to make a quick reference for it. I'm going to serialize again because that's just the way I roll, guys. Okay, so serialize field. And then this is going to be a game object. Uppercase. Game object. My panel. Okay. And then my panel dot set active. And this is going to be called false. Okay. And then on the toggle active, okay, we're just going to add a little bit of a precursor here, okay? If my panel dot shit, I can't remember the full thing. Is enabled and active in, it's a really long one, that's why I gotta do this hierarchy. Active in hierarchy. Active in hierarchy. Yeah, game object active in hierarchy. Okay, good. That's how I spell it. I'm not really good at spelling this shit. Oh, come on, just let me click on it so I can copy and paste this one part. Damn it. Okay, copy. Because this is the just to check to see if it is active or not. Okay. Dot is active paste, and I can just say this. Okay. If it's not, and then I'm gonna put my panel dot set active true, and that should be a very easy fix. Okay, and then okay, so now we start this one more time. Go back to Creation Manager, and now we're going to put my temp keyboard ref dot turn off panel. So I'm doing this really sporadically because it doesn't really matter if I do garbage coding practice right here, because this is all literally active for maybe like this is all just needed for just one thing, okay? So, and maybe cutscenes. Maybe I'm gonna have like a cutscene or two, right? And then I'm gonna have to turn off my panels and like set this in a way where it might be needed again to turn off the panels, right? So this way you're having the cutscene and the boss is appearing, and then you don't want any UI in the way. So maybe I can keep all these for like that purpose, maybe. But everything else is just basically throwaway for just the one scene. Because basically I already have everything the way I want it, but I just need to make one extra thing to kind of break it apart and then reassemble it. And then I'm just doing it one at a time because that's just it's not the most efficient way, but it works, and that's just the way I want to do it. As I'm God here. Okay. So we got the panel disabled now. So then what will happen is I should play this, okay? We should, ooh, what the fuck? Oh, I forgot to assign my panel. Okay. Virtual keyboard. Where's my panel? You know, I kind of want that in the top. Let's put my panel on the top so I can easily see it. Okay, my panel. Cut. Let's put this all the way at the top. No, I'm gonna put it below input. It's not as important. Okay. Oh, that'll change it. Because I don't want it after the damn. Okay, here we go. My panel. Save. Okay, clear. Now this will work. I just forgot to do that, I guess. All right. Focus. Okay. Start adventure, bitch. Alright. Ooh, it's invisible. Let's see if it's... Oh, it does. Yep. Okay. Bitch, it works. What I might want to do is I might want to have it to where I have a toggle here, so when I turn the chat on, this appears, and then if I turn it off up in the bottom, it'll also turn it off, because as you notice, there's like a hierarchy change right here. I can go it forever, because I just have an opposite of self of its current enabled status, so I don't have any problem spamming this as much as I can. But I would kind of be nice if I could just click it again, right, and then it would turn all of it off. All right, so the chat completely works now for mobile users, so we are completely good for this. Now let's work on the enemy spawner. Okay, that's gonna be the last thing I do on this stream for tonight before I go play E-Demons, for those that are familiar with me playing that game. By the way, though, I'm eventually gonna quit E-Demons because the actual company itself completely Jewed me out on a payment. On multiple payments. They owe me 3 different payments. One is worth 5,600 EP. One is worth 11,000 like 200-ish, and then the other one is worth like 18,000 EP. Like, that's how much they've Jewed me out on. They've Jewed me out on close to $500 in EP payment. It's just it's too much for me to let it slide. So okay, we ain't got no more errors with the attack. And then the other cool thing I like about the auto attack, which I really need to set it up for the space bar later, I think, is once you've set it up, it just sets it off automatically. And then what I think I'm gonna do in a couple days is, once I have my spawners up and everything, I'm going to make my own enemy movement script and make it separate from the enemy class, because I do have them entangled right now. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to have a little bit more complicated things done, and I want to be able to separate those two. And for example, like when I'm attacking an enemy from an exact corner, they don't have a script right now to choose a random direction that's unblocked and then shift over to it. And so I need to do that, so that way the enemies will move over to the player so they can hit them, right? So they don't stay in an area where they can't hit. So I need to change that. And then I also need to change it to where you can attack enemies without having to focus on them. Like I said, I'm just kind of lazy. That's the only reason. Like, I haven't even changed the percentage text thing. I haven't even rigged that together yet. It's just, whatever. But I am going to get around to doing that stuff, because it is pretty important. And then I think more people want me to work on UI, so I think I'm going to redesign these arrows here. And then I'm going to try to add the audio listener and find some royalty-free music. So on each level, there's going to be a standard music track for the level, and then I might add an audio player to the players, and then that'll share the override tag. And oh shit, and the point of oh shit. Okay, I don't think this is gonna bug out. I just forgot to. Okay, it won't. Yeah, I gotta add a music box, I think, to the player container, so it'll play music while you're playing the game. Shit, I think I... Oh, no, I didn't. Where's the birds? Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Where's the birds? I want to find the birdies. Oh, the one's above me. Yeah, I want to see how well the birds do in a fight, because I did give them pretty fast attack speed and pretty high armor. But they do hit a little bit less than the rats do. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the shadow the way that did. Yeah, they're a lot. They're less HP than the rats, but technically they're a lot tougher because they have like almost triple the attack speed. Yeah. Ow. I gotta lower the damage a little bit because they hit basically as high as a rat. But I have 0 defense on the character right now because, you know, whatever, I'm lazy. I want to work on the equipment panel, but I did a vote in my Discord, and so far everybody just wants me to work on whatchamacallit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do the spawner first. Okay, so I'm gonna have spawners, and I think I'm gonna set them pretty large. I think I'm gonna have these spawners, like take up 1/4 the map. But maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a custom draw, okay, where I can add a gizmo and I can shape them, because I don't want them overlapping with the castle. I don't want anything spawning in the castle. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just make a box around the capsule, and then, or I will, alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this class, okay. I'm gonna make it a prefab too, okay. So let's create an empty object, okay, and then this object is gonna be called simple enemy spawner, okay. Now I'm going to feed it in 2 things. I'm gonna feed it in, I don't know. So I can rather feed it in the game objects, right? The actual things they're going to be instantiating, or I can feed them in the enemy script, right? And then I can prefab the game object type, right? So whether it's whether what it has to choose from, and then what it'll do is it'll just like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the prefab, the actual game object prefabs. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a hierarchy, which is basically a list, okay? And every time it spawns something, it's gonna make it to where it's a parent of those. And then when the timer goes down to respawn, it's gonna count the amount of transforms inside its box, okay? And if the number is bigger or equal to its maximum amount of enemies that it can spawn, then it won't spawn a new enemy. So basically, they're like timers that are going to spawn a random number, and these numbers are going to be between a minimum spawn time and a maximum. And then it's going to pick that number, and then when it reaches down to 0 on update, I'm going to use these on fixed update, though, because it's a little bit better on CPU. And then once the fixed update hits 0, it's going to check how many monsters it spawned, and if there's equal or more monsters than allowed, it's gonna just spawn one. Now I have 2 choices here. I can add it as a hard reset timer, meaning even if there's no monster spawning, right, it's gonna set its respawn back to another random roll, or it'll queue enemies. And for those that play E-Demons Online with me and Mysteria Legacy, okay, both of those games do the queue system. So basically they have a list, okay, and it will add a list to an enemy every time that it hits the maximum, and it says, wait, there's too many monsters, I can't spawn one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it to a list, and as soon as an enemy dies, I'm gonna just spawn what's on the list. I'm gonna add the first one from the list. The benefit to that, right, is people can kind of like make a spawner, right, and then they can, like, while they're inactive, they can set like a huge queue, and then they can just sit there and grind for like 30 minutes straight, and things will just constantly respawn until the queue's up. But the other problem is it can be abusable like that. It can be easily turned into a spawner. So I got to figure out if I want people to be able to kind of control the spawns, or if I want them to just kind of, you know, not. I don't know. And then instead of doing a star, okay, so another thing I'm going to explain to people who are listening to this, there's 2 ways to do the spawner, to look for an active tile. One is you map all the tiles that are available to be spawned, okay? And what'll happen is it'll say, okay, these are all spawnable tiles, so I'm going to put a monster on one of the spawnable tiles. That's good, but you're using up a lot of CPU. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to search for a random number, and it's going to set a tile, and then it's going to check if that tile is spawnable. And if not, it's going to move over one or two and then check if that one's spawnable. And then what it'll do is it'll gradually start a grid, okay? And then that grid will start from the original spawn space if it's not spawnable, and then it'll slowly branch out away, left to right or whatever. And then once it finds one randomly there, then it will spawn. The purpose of doing this is I kind of am branching off a miniature A-star map, like node location. However, I'm starting it at a random spot and then gradually increasing the grid size of this, because that's a lot better for the total CPU of whatever I'm doing. So for those of you that are interested in programming, it's a very smart thing to not reference the whole grid area of where you're spawning first, but to do it gradually, because that will save unneeded amounts of CPU. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add, we're just gonna make a script called enemy spawner. Enemy spawner. Okay. I might want to call it a spawn manager. No, it's fine. I don't want to do a spawn manager because I want to have enemy spawners. I want to have like material spawners for like spawning trees and rocks, and then I want to have like a spawner for rare resources and stuff like that. So let's just do it that way. Okay, new script, enemy spawner. Okay, create an ad. Okay. So I'm going to set up all the variables for this, and I think I'm going to probably end the stream. I don't even know how many minutes I've been streaming for, honestly. This new YouTube thing doesn't give much info. Oh, okay, 50 minutes. Yeah, I need to stop. All right. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to... Okay, here. Void on draw gizmos. Okay. And then we're going to do a gizmo that's a square. And I'm just going to copy it from the enemy one because I'm lazy as fuck. Okay. Here. I got to take a massive donkey crap. Dude, I didn't realize this, but, you know, I'm not, okay. I gotta crap. Oh my god, I gotta crap so bad. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta crap. Okay, we're gonna make this. Oof, oof. Oof, oof, wee. Alright, eh? The fuck? Wait. Where's my enemy spawner? Eh. Okay, here. Paste. And then, we're gonna, okay, so, serialize. Serialize field. Okay, and then this is gonna be a, vector 3. No, vector 2. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna call, oh, shit, my bad, okay, vector 2. Let's call this, spawn radius, okay? And then we're gonna just cap this off, and then we're gonna go spawn radius, okay. Okay. Let's set this. I think I need. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, spawn radius. Here, let's. I don't know. Let's make this 20 and 20. Okay. Now we got our cool little spawn box. See how easy that was. We're gonna set this to always be perfect to 5.5, which we're gonna do in code too. But let's just fuck around with this spawn radius quick. Okay, 40, 50? Damn, these are pretty big. Okay. 5. You know what? You know, interestingly enough, I think I need to do 0.5. Oh, no. Oh, I just need to do odd numbers. That's right. Yeah, odd numbers. Okay, we're good. 51, 51. I don't know. It's still not quite big enough. Let's do 71, 71. I don't want it spawning in the tree line, that's for sure. Okay, that's too big. 60, 60. Okay. That's about the right size, actually. Okay, set this to 5 and 5. Okay, now we need to serialize, because I'm just serializing this because I want to be able to set it unique to every instance. So it's just serialize field. There's other ways, right? I can actually set up classes or structs, okay? And these structs can be made into a public, which have hidden private properties. But because the struct itself is public, I can edit them from the panel, so it just makes it easier. So serialize field, and this is going to be called, and this is going to be a float, and this is going to be spawn min. Okay. Spawn timer min and spawn timer max. There you go. Okay. I think the minimum amount of time should be, I don't know, 5 seconds for these guys, and the maximum of 30, I guess. I don't know. And then, let's make. All right, we're gonna name this, and then I'm gonna go to the bath, and then I think I'm gonna go. I really gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be doing this a little bit later tonight or tomorrow, and then I'll show you the progress I made, and we'll be working on this a little bit more. Okay, so void. Actually, I might want to make it a bool, but we'll wait for it later. Okay, so spawn enemy. Okay. Because I might want to verify this as a bool, so make it a public bool, spawn enemy, and then it's gonna pass a true or false, like can I spawn an enemy or not, and then if I can spawn, but whatever. Okay, so that's it for right now. I'm going to go release my inner problems. Alright, I'll see you guys later. I might want to verify this as a bool, so make it a public bool, spawn enemy, and then it's gonna pass a true or false, like can I spawn an enemy or not, and then if I can spawn, but whatever. Okay, so that's it for right now. I'm going to go release my inner problems.